Hello, Mr. Alatorre. My name is Brandey Bailey, and today I'm going to be informing you about my favorite author. Hello, everyone. I am Brandey, and today I'm going to be telling you about V.C. Andrews. She is my favorite author. I've owned over almost all of her books. I've read them several times. There's only, I think, one series I have not read. Her books, she started writing them in the late 70s. To the middle of the 80s when she died. She died of breast cancer, and after she died, her family found manuscripts and story ideas in the attic, and they paid this man, Andrew Niederman, to write under her name. And every book except for 8 books have been written by him. A couple of her books have been made into movies. The Flowers in the Attic series, which was kind of popular in the 80s. The movie's really cheesy. It doesn't do well for the book, doesn't capture it. But it was, and it's being re-released. They've sought after it. The genre of her books are Gothic novels or family sagas. A Gothic novel is a novel that deals with the paranormal horror or just horribleness. And it's usually set in dark mansions or rich places. Her books have been translated into 13 different languages. They are often compared to Nora Roberts, which is not true because I read her too, and her books always end well. The two that fall in love, they stay, they get married, they have kids. No, not in V.C. Andrews' books. Generally, a lot of them deal with consensual incest, which is kind of weird. But, you know, her books the earlier ones followed a 5-book pattern. The first 3 are generally about the main character, which is always a girl. There's never been a guy. The 4th book is about her child or some immediate family member. And then the 5th book is a prequel about the mother or the grandmother that describes how the emotions of the first book were set into play. The Orphan series, which was written in the early 90s, was the first book that did not follow the 5-book pattern, and since then only 2 other series have. She has 2 books that are not in the series, they're just standalones. One is not in print, you have to get it online, which is kind of hard to find. And the other is this book, My Sweet Andrina. It's the only one, and that's my example of her books. She also was a painter, so she painted the inside flaps to some of them. See? So that's generally. And the main characters in the books, they're always girls. Generally, the immediate caregiver, the mother, the grandmother, the father, die within the first half of the first book, and then they find out they have a missing relative that they didn't know they had that's really rich, so they go to live with them, and the relatives never accept them. They either hide them away or pass them off as something else, like a foster child or something. And then the character will fall in love, but that never lasts. Generally, there's more tragic events and comes close to dying a lot. And then her child has issues with the same thing. And then the grandmother or the mother is usually crazy or just doesn't care. They're the rich people that don't care, so that's generally what happens in her novels.